Hello. Anyway, sorry, that was a really bad bit. But hello! Welcome back to, the hero of my YouTube channel. Hold on. Can you say hi to the camera? Can you say hi? Who's a good girl? Go get it. You can't have my pizza. No, not yet. You can't. No, you can't have my pizza. Anyway, so this is kind of like my first video that I've ever edited myself. So this one is all on me. So the editing will probably be subpar. Get down from my pizza. Anyway, so this will just be kind of like a documentation of me trying to recreate and build the Sword of the Goose from the VTuber Elia Stellarias. I don't know, I've kind of looked into the sword. It's very interesting. It'll be a really fun challenge, especially because half of the sword is floating in midair. That's not how, I mean, it works in fiction, but I don't know how I'm gonna make that, because I'm not that good at making these kinds of things. I mean, I've made a sword before, but not with floating pieces. So this will just be a really fun challenge for me. I'm kind of stressing out about it, because I feel like it might explode or shatter. So, anyway, thanks for watching. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. Please tell me how I can edit better. And feel free to, I don't know, just give me constructive criticism, because I have no idea what I'm doing. Editor Hero here. I kind of filmed bits and pieces out of order, so it is probably going to sound like I'm just rambling for no reason. Anyway, so I ended up staying up for several hours. Let's ignore that part. Making this. This is my game plan. Oh, I have spray paint on my finger from the Master Sword. Lovely. Anyway, so the game plan is to probably just grind this bit out of some just some metal. Pretty self-explanatory, because the goal is to make this able to be battle ready, cut, pretty much. And I think I'm also going to end up pairing a shield with it, but I didn't see anything regarding a shield, so I think I'm going to end up trying to just design that on my own. So I could not figure out if this was meant to be a katana or a ninjato or a broadsword. From what I've looked at, it's mostly katana, but it did have multiple aspects of a ninjato and a broadsword, because in most of the arts, I don't know, I'm sorry. I've never done this before. Anyway, majority of the art looked like it was just a straight blade that resembled more of a ninjato sword than a katana. But on her actual model, it appears it is in fact a katana. And I really don't know where I got the broadsword from. I think that was more so from the pommel, and some of the art that I saw, it looked similar to a broadsword. But we're going with a katana shape and blade profile, which is what this is. And that is going to be like a tapered, I think that's the right term. It's going to be relatively flat and kind of thick up here, and then thin out into the edge. You know, this is where I had to get really creative. So if you look, the Suba itself is kind of just floating. It's really not attached to anything. So what I'm probably going to end up doing is getting some fiberglass or some kind of really heavy duty clear material, and then filling in the Suba and wrapping this bit around. So that way it'll give the illusion of it's kind of floating on the outside with the blade sitting on the inside, which would be what I would do for this bit right here. And I'll probably throw in an image. But the blade and the hilt are kind of separated, and there's this little ball in the middle. And so that, I mean, that's not how physics works, but it's fiction, you know? It is a magical sword, so we're going to make this work. But my plan is to take like a really small but sturdy wooden ball, or not small, probably a bit bigger than what it is actually. Have the tang go through it. I think, hold on, yeah, can I mark? No, because the pen's not working with me. Anyway, so I'll put the tang through this ball, then have it connect to the hilt. So that way it'll be all more smushed together than it is on the actual art, which I'm not exactly thrilled about because I like trying to make it as screen accurate as possible, matching it to the promo art or any kind of art that I've seen for the sword. But that's what I'm gonna end up having to do. And the Suba, I'm not entirely sure how I want to make that yet. I might end up trying to grind it out. But I don't know, especially because like the inner working details. I mean, I could probably sketch it out and grind it, but I might send this and this pommel over to PCBWay. See if they can cast it, 3D print it. I don't know, do something for me. But for this little bit right here, like I said, wooden ball, but I'm also gonna get some copper wire to try and wrap it. Because there's like a, there's like a basket portion to it that I am also gonna try and recreate. Also, for it all to connect, hold on, let me see if I can get this right. So this right here is gonna be what helps connect the pommel to the hilt, but I'm also gonna see if I can do like a screw-on pommel, and then epoxy it on, because that'll help keep this bit on. And I'm hoping maybe bronze for this bit actually, to help counteract the weight that the blade itself will be producing just from the thickness and all of that. And then I'm also gonna wrap it in some purple leather that I have. I had some brown leather, but then I dyed it purple with some purple finish, and it actually looks really, really good. And for the Suba, like I said, either grind or PCBWay. But I'm also, let's see if I can, right there. I'm gonna see if in this area there's like kind of like a flame pattern from what I saw, and I tried to sketch it out here. But I'm either gonna put Elia Stellarias here, or I'm gonna try and engrave a Goose sword. Either way, there's gonna be some kind of inscription here. And then to try and help connect it, obviously I'm gonna epoxy all of this together. I'm gonna see if I can maybe attach this to this with something stronger, maybe some bolts. I'll figure it out. But the tang will be going through this and connecting to it. But this is also, I think it's slightly connected to the Suba. So I might try and build that out. So I might end up having to mod the design for the Suba. But yeah. So that's the design that come up with, like the game plan. I did not design this, obviously. But I think I had to tweak just a couple of things just to try and make the build work. But I'm really excited to try and build this. I love the design. The colors used for it were very good, very vibrant. It's a very beautiful looking sword, so I look forward to getting this ready. And the piece of metal for this is coming this week as of filming this video. So that'll be fun. So I will be getting on that as soon as possible. And onto the PCBWay portion. Alright, so we're onto the PCBWay portion of this video. So this is where things is going to be interesting. Man, I swear my English sucks sometimes. This is where things are going to get interesting though. Because you can do PCB assembly or SMT stencil. So we're going to do the 3D printing portion. Wait, I have to have a file. I haven't designed that part yet. What if, here we go. Printing. We're gonna do inches just in case later, because I still got to draw that out in CAD. Coming at you from the inside of my garage, and I'm just going to show what kind of paint I plan on using. So it's usually like a very vibrant purple and a metallic. So I think I'm going to end up using this Krylon foil metallic purple. I kind of did just read it off, but this is what I use for the Master Sword, or at least the Hyrule Warriors version, or this one, this Rose. It's been me wrong before. So if you want to try this or something similar, foil metallic purple, and then just this gloss purple from like the Lowe's or something. And then for the darker accents, or whatever you call it, this iron black gloss stuff. It is acrylic though, so it might not be the best, but it is what I'm going to be using. And maybe this blue purple morph finish gives it like a little bit of a sparkle. And then I'll be covering it in this crystal clear enamel. Keep it from peeling. Anyway, so yeah, that's part of the paint. Cool. Hey, back to the shield. I think I'm actually gonna do this one. I really don't want to just reuse the shape of the shield of the mind's eye and pass it off, you know. I mean, obviously someone else designed the shape back in the olden days. I don't know why I did that, but this feels a little more original. So this is just the design we'll be going with. I've moved to my bed because I think it's showing on the screen. I'm not entirely sure. But I've got a model, the pommel from scratch. I have no clue what I'm doing. So we're gonna be winging this. So yeah, I'm laying down because I'm so tired for no reason. But we are. So let's get to it. Moidle. That's perfect. What's up, guys? Day 2 of the Sword of the Goose. Just got done with school and shaving because I hate wearing this over my freaking beard. It's just super itchy. I don't know. I really don't know why I said all that. Anyway, so today, dang, I look so bad in that shot. Today, we're working on that. We're working on the shield. Because I think I mentioned it before. I want to pair it with like a shield. Man, my master's got my eye. Whew, that's all. I don't know. I just think it'd be fun. That's my kind of like sword fighting style. Is with a sword and shield. But I have no clue what I'm doing. So we're gonna figure it out as we go. Anyway, so let's get, you know what? Since the camera's not on me. Boom. Okay, I thought that would go that way. Maybe I'll face reveal at the end of the video. So I don't know. Yeah, I'll do like a quick second. I don't know. Because I cannot continue wearing that for these kinds of videos. But hold on, I think it's pretty obvious I've never done this before. So, well, I'm just gonna record doing this, and I'll probably speed it up in post, because, I mean, I don't think y'all really want to watch this part, so, I don't know, it's just kind of nice to have the footage, though. I am gonna say, before I speed up the footage, I'm giving it this outline because I think I'm gonna try and do like a silver outline and then just like a full, oh, that's awful, a full purple shield. So silver on the outline and then just purple all in the middle. With a big old geese. I'm not sure if I want one or two, but yes, that's what's gonna end up happening. So it's I don't know how to draw a goose, okay? I tried, guys. Banana. Actually, dude, that's kind of fire. Hold on. We're cooking. Actually, we're cooking. Maybe if instead we had it like that, and then like the goose is pointing up, and then down here, ooh, no! What? Huh. Because I didn't mark the paper as bad as I thought I did. That's also gonna get really annoying. So we've got 2 bananas, goose foot, actual goose, kind of. Yo. Here we go. I think we did it, and then we're gonna put like a bunch of stars in here, or to make it look slightly better, I'll probably go over it with the blue and purple finish that I have, and then some of my sparkly blue, to just give it a sparkle so it's not looking super dull. Although I do know what I can do, I will go ahead. I do know I want to add that though, 100%. Maybe, yeah, 4 stars looks good. 2 bananas, goose, and that. So I think we're good. So I figured out what I'm going to be using for the shield, if we still have it, because we probably got rid of it for every other single project I've ever worked on. No, it is gone. It is in fact gone. Well, that kind of sucks. All I know is that I would probably use something, probably around this size, give it some, I don't know, make it pretty tall and thick, then cut it out with my grinder, which if I don't expect it to, but I got cut using the polishing wheel and the mask. You know what? I might take this mask off. I'm not sure yet. And after the next cut, you'll probably see it. But all I do know is that at least for the shield, I am going to use only the foil metallic purple and the color morph. And then to make it so where it's not like super duper itchy because if you've ever had like kind of an unpolished wooden shield, it sucks. You get so many splinters and it sucks really, really bad. So I'll probably, if I kept it in my toolbox, I may have to go to Ace Hardware and get some more. Oh, but I had some really tough grit sandpaper. Sand it all down. Then I'm probably gonna hit it with some fake leather. Which, let me show you. I'm actually super proud about this because I don't know if you remember, but in the design, there's leather wrappings, right? So, for the Master Sword build, I dyed 2 things of leather in order to make it purple, right? Because what we did, and I don't know if this will come out before, but what we plan on doing is wrapping the purple leather around the handle first, and then we're gonna wrap it with some of this fake green leather. Just keep it the grip, right? But I ended up dying 2, so ta-da! I'll probably have to fix it a little because it's not exactly the prettiest, but that's what I'll be using, at least for the handle wrappings. And then I'm gonna use this for like some wooden Leonardo katanas, but I don't need this bit right here because I've kind of sawed into it already. So I'm probably gonna cut this bit out, and it's kind of a one, you know what? Yeah, next cut, I'm not wearing the mask. I'm done. We're taking this off, and this will be the handle. So it'll, hold on, let me see if I can do this real quick. Look, a little something like that. Just better. So the list would be, I don't know if anyone wants to try this, I don't know. It is kind of unsafe, a little, but if you wear the proper PPE, you'll be fine. So the plan is going to be have this pole and the tang. Obviously, I'm going to do a better job at the tang because good night, that's super uneven. Oh wait, that's because we didn't. So I'll have to grind that down in the future. But I'll insert the tang and probably burn it through this pole. This is so unstable. At least, I don't know, my camera stand is. How much money did I? Wait, yeah, it's like super cheap. Alright, so. Tell me that showed up. Yeah. Work with me here. Hold on. Where'd it go? There. No, not quite. So I kind of ran out of storage for a second, but so I ended up taking a saw and managed to saw this bit off for the handle. And then I also got these pieces of leather cut out, and then I don't know, it'll look something like that, but with all of these pieces wrapped around it. And they look kind of black, but that's just because my camera can't pick it up very well. Oh, hold on, if I angle it right, you can see it. See, it's just a very, very dark purple. And that'll wrap around there. And I'm gonna paint this. It was either like pink or a very white, like white purple. I'm not entirely sure. But that's the end of day 2. Because tomorrow I have the entire day off, so I'll be able to do a lot more work. And that's when I'll paint the handle and wrap this bit up. Alright, what's up? Day 3 of building the sword. I just got back from spray painting these pieces right here. The hilt and this little ball bit. I would recommend wearing a mask because you do not want to inhale that. It sucks. I've spray painted too many times without a mask. So from personal experience, don't recommend it. Pretty garbage. It really sucks. But today we are going to be wrapping the handle in leather. And so for that, what you're gonna need is some epoxy. I got the clear weld quick setting, because it'll set quick, and then it'll cure over time. But it'll stick, so you don't have to worry about it doing that or unsticking. So that's what we're gonna be doing today. I cut out the leather. So yeah, let's get to it. Well, the lighting's kind of good. So obviously I'm gonna speed through this. Like there's really not anything interesting about it. It's just mixing the epoxy heat. And yes. Oh crap. I'm doing this on my back patio because it's just convenient. And it smells like garbage when you use epoxy sometimes. Not actually, just it has a very distinct smell. So it took me like 30 minutes to get this, to get this cap off, because it turns out I epoxied it under the container. So that's not good. But it still functions. It was sealed, so alright, let's get to it. So we got it done. That's hold on. That's what it looks like so far. And I'm not gonna attach this ball joint yet though, because I'm gonna have to drill through the ball and then the hilt. So yeah, so that's it, at least for the wrapping the hilt part, but there is still more to do today. Like right there, it's kind of uneven where every other piece has set underneath. Epoxy and leather is never going to look really pretty unless you've been doing it for several years, and I have not. So it's not the worst. And I am a little mad about this part because it's kind of thick up here. The leather wrapping is, but this will probably be where the pommel goes. Oh crap! But so up here will be where this piece goes. It'll fit on. The pommel will go down here, so this will kind of act as like a little barrier between it. It doesn't suck holding, and I can probably polish this all up though, make it look a little bit better. But, so, I'm about to get some food, but it'll end up going on like this. And the blade will go through and run down, and we'll have the pommel down here and the suba up here. I found this plank of wood, so this is probably what I'm going to use for the shield, because I can't believe I'm about to do this, but compared to my foot, it's pretty big, you know, so it will function as a shield. So I'm going to begin sketching out the design on this piece of wood. So I lied. I kind of forgot to do some stuff for the sword. But I managed to draw out the suba on this piece of wood. because casting is insanely expensive, and I kind of don't have that money at the moment. I'm a little broke. But so we're gonna be using this, and I have some metal that I'm gonna use for the pommel instead, because like I was saying, if I wanted to get a cast in aluminum, it's like $250. Again, I don't have that kind of money on me right now. I'm not very liquid. I don't like that. But so today we're cutting that out. We're gonna try and finish cutting out the rest of the shield, get that painted, get the metal, see if I can go ahead and get the profile sketched out. And then I'm gonna try and make a scabbard, because I don't want it just hanging out and just, you know, like someone slips and shing, and it's gone. You don't want that. So I'm gonna be trying to make a scabbard. I think either have some cardboard, some other, I don't know. One of the two, maybe both at the same time. So that's the game plan for today. So we're gonna go ahead and get into that. You don't really need this for grinding wood, but I can't find my safety glasses. So this is what we're using. The astronaut helmet. Boo. One down. 3 more to go. The Suba has been destroyed. However, I went to Ace Hardware and I found this little doohickey. So I think I'm going to try and thin it out. This is what it would kind of look like. Let's see if I can balance it. Yeah. See? Boom. Like, it kind of works, right? Hold on. And then if... Boom. So it works. So, anyway. So that's what we're working on. And then we're also cutting out the shield. So I just got done grinding. And this is what the Suba now looks like. So it's got this, which usually goes on the back of a doorknob. But I found them at Ace Hardware. I grinded one out, so that's where this came from. And then they're gonna go on kind of like that. This is gonna sit on top, but they're also gonna be smushed. There's gonna be another one of these like washers sitting on top. I'm gonna epoxy all of them together so that this is not just sitting on the outside and can be knocked loose. Because we don't want that to happen if we're like in serious combat with this thing, right? Oh my word. Ooh. Oh, it smells like a campfire. Oh, but the shield's done, cut out and everything. So I'm gonna trace a stencil on it and give it that silver rim. Ooh, I'm sorry. And then hit it, the rest with the purple. And then I'll start pasting on like stencils, and then doing it all over again. Whew. Oh, it smells. What's up? We're back at it. I woke up late, so I did not put my contacts in. So I had to drill a hole into the handle, and I kind of messed up. Hold on. Yeah, I kind of drilled right through the grip, so that's not good. Thankfully, though, I had this. Let's see if it'll work. I don't know if it's showing, but yeah, you can see right through it. So that's how I'm put the tang in. Time for a new cutting wheel. Okay, so I'm pretty nervous about doing this. But so I'm about to start welding, and I really don't want to be wearing a mask underneath my my hood, because it's just hard to breathe a little. So, boo, yeah. Face reveal. Whoa. But oh, also, so it's clearly been a while since I've worked on this, because that little boo-boo I had on my forehead, he's gone. So we're good. But anyway, so I'm about to start welding. Well, I gotta take the ground off for a second. But you can see, I've already tacked it on a little. So you've got the goose pommel, like the head of the goose. And then I've got to cut out this little circle that I welded on the bottom. So it'll screw on and then go on the actual sword. And then I got to weld the wings on too. So I'll obviously get to that later. But right now we're just welding completely this head piece onto the this bottom part. So this is a different kind of rod than what I was using. This one's the 7018. We're gonna see if it'll weld better, but that means I gotta amp it up. I'm running it currently at like 95. That's I think what you're supposed to do for 6010. At least that's what I do with my other stick welding. This one I think is a little smaller. It doesn't run as well. So we're gonna bump it up, see if it runs this rod better. Oh, I just inhaled that. Well, how it is. But so if you're ever like a professional welder, never do this. But because I'm trying to get this to work in the amount of time I am, well, I'm about to see something cool. So we're gonna grab the clamp. Ah, crap. So if you ever do this, make sure you move it off the table before you cool it off, because now's when to stay fused. I can peel it off though, but it's pretty hot. So I'll be right back. Oh, perfect! Weld is staying strong. All right, now normally you wouldn't do that because it'll cause rust, but what I'm gonna do is obviously we just cooled it. So before anything starts to happen, I'm gonna dry it off. And we are back. So I managed to weld the pommel onto the screw and spray paint it, and obviously it looks really bad. So I'm gonna end up trying to clean it up with a grinder, make it look a little more pretty, more presentable. But I spray painted it. I went back and I spray painted the washer I'm using as the guard to match the color of the pommel a little bit more. So this is what it looks like so far. I think it looks pretty good. I just got to put the wings on, clean up a little bit, add something in there to keep that gap filled, and then we're good to go. Well, we're back after about, I don't know, like a month. We have finished sort of the Goose. A couple things I'm gonna have to do, just make it look pretty, more presentable. There's just some things I gotta clean up. And honestly, this is not the prettiest part. That's just because I had to weld it on. But we're done. Hold on, let's see if it, because I literally just got done painting it. Okay. This is like the most impractical portion though, is this goose head. It works. It works. Hold on, let's see if I can. Let's go. Let's go. It works, guys. The sword of the goose complete. So now we're gonna go to the cutting test. All right, so we're outside in my backyard. You already know. Made this. This is a cutting test. Oh, so we're gonna run through the 3 different tests that are done in Forged in Fire. I don't know if y'all have ever seen that show. Hope you have, because it's pretty good. But they do a sharpness, cutting, and like a keel test. I'm not sure. But so right now we're gonna be doing the cutting test with this banana. I don't know if y'all can tell, but yeah, this is the aluminum rod I use for painting stuff. So that's gonna be fun. Well, that's disgusting. It's also gonna suck to swing a little because these things keep poking me. So I'm gonna try to use 2 hands or just swing maybe that way. I made it a little sharp, but it's pretty dull, so it's not super dangerous. But I can always sharpen it. Well, we bent the rod. And no dings or scratches on the sword. So I struck it like right here, where it's pretty sharp. No dings or scratches on it. Now let's check out the banana. See, it's a pretty clean cut for a banana. And then that's like the center is where the rod was. So and you can see a little bit of Master Sword paint on it. But yeah. So we're gonna be testing a couple of other things. So just the banana. Just trying to gauge kind of more what's going on. So I'm scared about this next one, but we're gonna put it up against some wood. So this is the block of wood we're gonna test it against. And we're moving over because I swapped into some boots. Because the tennis shoes I was wearing at the beginning of the video, y'all met my dog, and I stepped in some doggy doo-doo. And it was disgusting. So, we're staying away from that this time. So this is not to see if it'll cut the wood. This is just to see how it stands up to abuse. Hopefully nothing breaks. If it does, obviously that means I need to go back and fix it, make it better. So, oh, I just stepped on a flower. Nice. Or it was a weed, be more accurate to say. Okay, it'll hold it. Well, it's fine. The chairs aren't, though. Edge held up really, really nice. And then, here's what it did to the wood. Pretty good. But I know what my next big project is. Fixing that. So yeah, we're not gonna be using that for any other tests because that was stupid of me to try and do. This test is just gonna be see what it does to a flying object. And the next up will be on my wooden shield, just see how much abuse I can take. I don't know how many takes it's gonna take. This is redundant. For me to actually hit a midair object. We're about to find out. We did it! But everything still nice and tight. Let's not worry about that part. Yeah, pretty good overall. I'm gonna be honest, this part sucked to make. And especially having to put it on and then like just holding that like the wings, super impractical to swing around. But overall, pretty good. So now it's onto the shield. We're not testing for sharpness or anything. We're just seeing if it can withstand this. And I'm a little frightened that it's gonna hit me on the head. But we'll be fine. It is just fine. Also, hold on, so if you've ever played The Legend of Zelda, you know about the parry ability. And I know I'm far away from the camera, but that's because I don't want to hit you with the banana. I'm gonna see if I can parry it. I mean, obviously I can. I just want to see how well I can. One more time. Well, there goes the shield. So yeah, that was the sort of the Goose video. I already fixed the shield, so it's much better. Hopefully more sturdy than it was last time. But that wasn't the main focus of this video. I did take a couple of pictures, so I'll probably throw those in probably right about now. So that's the end of the sort of the Goose video. I hope you liked it. I will be doing more videos, probably like gaming, streaming, making more stuff. So if you want to see more of that, like and subscribe, hit the notification button. I've never really said that before. But yeah, if you made it this far into the video, thank you so much for watching.